Hi everyone, it's Miss Elise from the Morristown and Morristown Township Library, and this week I have a different kind of video for you. I recently have started a garden, an herb and vegetable garden on my deck in my backyard, and I wanted to share the process of planting and potting and starting this garden with you just because I find it enjoyable and it might inspire you to do the same at home, and it's an easy way to get nice produce and over the summer and instead of buying them at your grocery store. So that's what I have for you this week. I have filmed the beginnings of the planting and potting process, but I will intend to update you on the vegetable and herb growth in the future, though it might take a month or so for actual growth to be seen, or significant growth to be seen on the plants, but I do intend to do that if any of you are interested. Otherwise, I'm going to show you how I began this garden and how it's easy for you to do the same at home. So I started by going to my local hardware store to pick up some herb and vegetable plants. These ran for about $3 to $5 depending on the size, but you can obviously get cheaper prices or more expensive prices. And these are some of the vegetables that I saw. They had a wide variety because the season we're in is still pretty early, so you can get a bunch of summer plants now and harvest them in your house before moving them outside, such as watermelon or pumpkins or celery, other things in that kind of range, squash, etc. But otherwise you can plant them straight into a ground or pot outside if the season is early enough for that. So these are the first round of plants I ended up getting, starting with an eggplant, moving on to baby leaf spinach, rosemary, curled parsley, tomato tumblers, which are about grape-sized tomatoes, and sage. These are mainly herbs and a few vegetables, but I'm going to get more vegetables later. I'm going to be planting these in earth boxes, which are these large kind of tub plastic shapes with an insert in the bottom which allows for larger vegetables to grow on a trellis. As you can see here, we have two holes on either side of the corners which act as wicks for the plants, and we also have a water reservoir spigot underneath this grated plastic which allows for the water to drain up. We then started by packing in soil into the two corners of the wicks and adding waters to create a more paste-like substance. I'm using Miracle-Gro potting mix, but you can obviously use whatever you have offhand or a specific kind of potting soil that adheres to your type of plants that you're potting. We then filled the box about halfway with dirt, sprinkling with water, and added fertilizer going to the one side of the box, and sprinkled fertilizer a little bit throughout the soil as well. We then filled it up the rest of the way with potting soil and watered it. We then added our plants in by creating a well in the dirt and planting them and putting a cover of plastic over top in order to secure that the plants are safe, as it may freeze over. These two plants are tomato tumbler plants, and using the trellis will also help for them to climb up the wire in order to grow completely, as you can see. Tomatoes are specifically trellis plants, so I recommend if you do tomatoes, you want to make sure you get a tomato cage or some sort of stick and twine combination to create this effect. We are also going to be watering these through the spigot you can see over there, but using the water spigot is going to really help make sure that the plants get watered into their maximum capacity. And what happens is the water is going to filter out through the bottom of the earth boxes, which makes these boxes really, really great for planting. So that way they don't overwater and create root rot at the bottom of our plants. So you can see where I'm zooming in, that's where the water is going to drain out to make sure that it isn't overwatered, which is really, really great and really, really easy, especially for gardening on your deck instead of in the ground. We also planted spinach in this tinier pot, as you can see here. We did the same process but added a little bit of fertilizer in with the mixture in order to allow it to grow. We also planted it in a self-watering pot, as you can see here, so the bottom is going to leak out the extra water into the plate at the bottom in order to ensure that it also doesn't get root rot, which is great because you can find these in a lot of places like Home Depot or Lowe's or even your local hardware store, and it's really, really easy to water things in your own backyard. So this is the second round of plants. We bought 2 blueberry high bushes, as you can see here. They're really easy to grow if you have more than one together in the same pot. We also ended up getting a strawberry or cilantro, red bell pepper plant, a cucumber plant, and 3 seascape strawberry plants in order to plant in one row. You can see there the other one is hiding. We also got more fertilizer, fruit fertilizer, and potting soil. And here I am filling in the second earth box, which we're going to put the 3 new vegetables as well as the 3 strawberry plants in order to maximize our space in the earth boxes. I'm doing the same process that I did with the other earth box, except this time I put the fertilizer in a line down the center with 3 plants going horizontally in each row. That way the fertilizer is more distributed. So you can see here we have our snap peas, and then the bell pepper, and then we're going to have the cucumber on the other side, so that way the cucumber and the snap pea can grow up the trellis. And we also have the 3 strawberry plants growing in the back because they don't need to grow up the trellis. They are more bushier plants. We also planted our eggplant in this really large pot, and we have these 3 tomato cages going up like so because an eggplant needs support in order to actually grow, so it will grow up this trellis, and I really recommend that if you're doing it for an eggplant, or do your research beforehand before planting. And then we also have our blueberry bushes in the same pot growing together because apparently that helps it to germinate a little faster. And it is also in the same type of self-watering pot as the eggplant and the spinach, so that way it prevents root rot, which is really, really great, and it'll help keep plants growing much faster. And so this is the final product. This is my garden in my backyard. We have temporarily moved the herbs into my house for the time being because it's still a little too early to bring them outside to germinate, but The others will stay inside and remain, or outside, and will remain outside until there is a frost, and then we can bring them in to make sure they don't freeze and die. But otherwise, that's the garden. So that was my experience setting up the herb and vegetable garden in my own backyard. Obviously, I was at a privilege and had a lot of the materials already needed for this garden at my own house, or I was able to leave my house in order to get the materials I needed. That is a luxury I know not everyone has, so you obviously don't have to make your very own garden at home. I figured I would just share my experience with you all in case you do have those luxuries, or you do want to start your own garden in whatever capacity. It could be 1 plant to 10 plants, or your very own farm. You can start your very own garden at home, even just using simple things. You can get seed packets from any local hardware store or even online, and you can plant them in any pot with any soil that you have, and just keep continuing to water it in a sunny place as long as the directions apply, and then you have your very own garden right there at home. But I will definitely leave a couple videos linked in the description of how to make your own earth boxes. It's very simple, and you can do it for about $20 or so from just buying regular materials either online or at a hardware store of some sort. I will also leave in the description sort of the planting seasons or types of vegetables or herbs that you can plant through the next couple of months and into August and the fall, so that way if you are curious about other types of vegetables or herbs or plants, whatever, that you want to plant throughout the next season, I will provide information for you on that. I will also link where you can find earth boxes down below in case you don't want to make your own and are interested in where you can get one. Otherwise, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to be able to share my process of the growth of the plants in the next couple of weeks, and I hope that you enjoy making your own garden if you do make one, or you enjoy watching the gardening videos on this channel. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week for another video.